Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
So today's Thursday, and let's take a look again on the cryptocurrencies. So in general, it was a bit quiet background on this week as general political tensions have been released a bit and eased, and currently everything that could be said about the Fed policy already have been said. In the mass media, it was a really huge discussion, a lot of screaming around the Jerome Powell statement and so on. So that's why performance in this week was relatively tight and makes no big impact on higher time frames, which mostly stands the same. Today, actually, I did not see any reasons to take a look at the monthly chart. On the weekly, it's just barely we could consider. Mostly, we'll talk about daily and intraday charts this time. So, markets currently is focused on the common non-farm payrolls release. Recent inflation statistics was really significant. As you know, some numbers were even stronger than expected. For yesterday, inflation in the European Union also has jumped up above the 5%, nominal inflation, which also is not very good for the stock market. And as we said, Bitcoin currently is treated by the market society as the second quality stock. Why I call it a second quality is just because we'll take a look at the performance of this S&P, for example, and the performance on the Bitcoin. You will see the quite different performance. So if we'll take a look at any blue chip stock, how it is performed in comparison to the Bitcoin, you will see the big difference. So that's why we think that, this suggests that the Bitcoin place currently stands somewhere in the low half of the investors' portfolios. So that explains the overall performance. It means that it's more sensitive to any negative news such as the inflation, tightening of the Fed policy, rising of the geopolitical tensions, and so on. So it is more sensitive. And based on the current performance on the weekly chart, I am not exclude that we could get another kind of the flag pattern here, some consolidation that was previously here. In this moment, it was mostly based on the weekly strong oversold situation. Now we are not at oversold, but this tight action suggests that it also might be some consolidation here. The same story we could see on the daily. On the daily, it looks even worse. So by the few moments, here we have the three different reasons to suggest of the further downward drop. So first reason is actually we have the kind of the bearish dynamic pressure type of action. So you could see trend stands bullish by the May City, but overall performance mostly stands flat. We do not see any upward continuation. So it suggests that these lows have the big chance to be taken out by the possible downward action. So, and this first moment. Second moment is overall shape of the price action. It's definitely not the way of reversal. It's not definitely the way how market turns to the upside. Compares this type of action, for instance, when market starts to form first swing up after the collapse and the consolidation, compares to this one. It's a big difference. Here is we see acceleration, more or less significant upward candles day by day. Here is a lot of choppy actions, overlapping candles. It's mostly the consolidation and reaction on some temporal relief on the fundamental background. This is our view. With this upward action, market also was not able to break significant resistance area on intraday charts. So this is mostly reminds me kind of the flag consolidation before downward continuation. And finally, third moment, guys, with this breakout and returning back on this previous consolidation, the range of this consolidation becomes open for any price action. So here is actually the free space where the market currently is dominating. So it has no significant barriers in this range, and it means that it easily could keep going lower to the 30 even area. That will be next more or less important level for the market. At this point, hardly it will stop somewhere in the middle of this range and just showing the upward reversal. So these three moments makes me think, and of course the OP target that has not been reached, where the overall pace is rather strong. This, well, relatively solid accelerations, retracements very small here and here, and even here. So this makes me think that, well, for me, the existence and the number of the bearish components on this chart and on the weekly chart overcome potential bullish signs that you could find here. And in the current moment, personally, I am not really inspiring to invest in Bitcoin at this point. So we need to get something more valuable. As we said on the 4-hour time frame chart, if even you do not keep an eye on any fundamental background, you have to get technical confirmation of the reversal, which means the breaking of the existing tendency. So take a look at the tendency. You have high lows, lower lows, lower highs, and you need at least to get from the market that this tendency will be broken. For instance, the market starts to form bullish reversal pattern, for example, I do not know, maybe some hand and shoulders or something of that sort. That will be at least something that tell you that context is changing, situation is changing, and it's time to think about possible entry. Besides, with this strong bearish momentum in the back, hardly the reversal will happen immediately and really in the blink of an eye. So it probably will happen a bit more extended way, because market has to fade first the bearish momentum that exists here. It usually forms in the way of some more extended bullish reversal pattern. At this point, if you take a look at the 4-hour time frame chart performance, how we could call this type of action as some kind of the reversal. Well, it's very difficult to do this with this AB leg, and the CD has big difference. CD is much slower. With this, have multiple divergence exist as well between the tops here. Market wasn't able even to test the 618 level, so it's calling around it. Yes, we haven't got the butterfly that we discussed previously, but you can see the market also was not able to significantly break through the area and change the situation to complete upper targets. Now it's turning down again. All these things makes me just sit on the hands and see what will happen. Those of you who trade on intraday charts, well, if you would like to, for example, we could keep an eye on, since we suggest the possible downward continuation, maybe we could consider this type of action. Maybe this pattern will be formed. At least currently, you could see that we have very good 127 hand and shoulder shape. So head stands precisely at 127 of the shoulder. Drop here on the slope of the head looks strong. Actually, we have here is also minor head and shoulders on the top, as you can see. That's already has been completed. And now, if you would like to trade Bitcoin in this moment, maybe you could wait for some pullback to 38 area to consider taking the short position with the stops above this area. So that's actually potential setup for the bears if you would like to. For the bulls, as I explained, well, I do not see currently a good background for investing. That's, guys, actually our view on the Bitcoin. Be aware of non-farm pros release that could make impact yesterday, and keep watching what will happen here.